atmosphere here in Rogers Place. The hardest trophy to win in sports has officially begun, and for the first time in 30 years, the Edmonton Oilers are set to face off against the Los Angeles Kings.
I think these guys are fired up.
Cage shoots, and what a fantastic save by Jonathan Quick. Connor McDavid moving in with speed. He shoots, he scores! Listen to this crowd, this is what it's all about. Here's a chance for Draisaitl, he shoots, he scores! Puck stopped behind the net by Smith, dangerous pass, shot, and Mike Smith saves his own bacon. My goodness, another shot, but it's a goal. The Los Angeles Kings stealing game one of this series.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
He's got a stick, he's in, scores!
Absolutely amazing.
Welcome to the scene in the capital of Alberta, where it's a little bit of Vegas and Disneyland and a World's Fair. The crowd gathering outside, row after row of Oiler orange in the Ice District and inside Rogers Place tonight, just as it was wave after wave, the sea of red last night in Calgary. Really high times in Wild Rose Country. The Edmonton Oil Kings will take on the Red Deer Rebels tomorrow night in Edmonton, Scott, and you've been hanging with the Oil Kings for 3 days now, so I'm hoping they're dazed and confused for the big game against the Rebels. Brent Sutter's game tomorrow night. Over to you.
All right, Ron. Kevin Lowe used to say of a Game 1 defeat, the series doesn't even start until Game number 2, so there's something for the Oilers to think about tonight. The post-game discussion following the loss in the series opener on Monday revolved around Mike Smith and the risk-reward that goes with his puck handling. Here is what the reward can be: a breakaway pass to Connor McDavid in overtime in San Jose early last month. The assist of the year by Smith, and further proof he is the best puck-handling goaltender in the league. And then the risk on Monday night. Smith trying to spring Leon Draisaitl with 5 minutes to go. Alex Iafallo intercepted. Smith made a miracle save, but in the ensuing chaos, Phil Deneau scored the winning goal. Smith owned up to an ill-timed decision, and no surprise, he gets the opportunity to make up for it tonight. There will be a change by the Oilers to their bottom six, with Josh Archibald coming in. He'll play on the third line, and Jay Woodcroft expects a boost of energy and some feistiness from Archibald. The same lineup for the LA Kings tonight, meaning they'll go without Victor Arvidsson for the second straight game, but they managed quite nicely without him in game number 1. Ron.
Right, Scott, because Alex Iafallo, Trevor Moore, and Philip Deneau, just amazing. We'll get to that with Kevin in a moment. Here's Kelly and Elliot. Let's start with the Mike Smith situation.
Well, I thought Scott set it up beautifully there in his open, and the way I look at it is this: if you think he's your number one person and he did a good job in game number 1, you shouldn't take him out over one mistake. If he's your guy, he's your guy. And Jay Woodcroft is sending a message. The way he played down the stretch, here's our guy. And I like that decision. You don't simply say you're not playing because of this one play.
Elliot, I'm with you. You know, the first 3 goals he gave up weren't his fault. But, you know, the fact of the matter is he's going to need a fantastic first period to gain the trust of his teammates, and he's going to need a world-class game. Now, you look at Mike Smith, ultra competitive. I love the way that he battles. That's one of his greatest things that he does. You know, I don't think that bad goal with the bad pass is going to be a lingering effect, but nonetheless, listen, it's on everybody's mind, right? All of us are thinking about it. Scott Oak, that's what he was talking about. So to me, Mike Smith has to have a great first period to get the Oilers on a roll.
Is he capable of making that same mistake again?
Yeah, he is. That's the problem.
It?
100%.
Yeah.
I am nervous about that.
Yep.
Is Deneau capable of doing what he did with Montreal all last year? He didn't score like this, but he was great. And offense is what was so key about that line, Kevin. You think about 5-on-5, they played 11 minutes. They outshot the Oilers 8-4, 5-1 in the slot, and they had a 3-0 advantage in goals. Amazing.
Yeah, those are fantastic stats, but don't expect them tonight, Ron. I don't think you have to. Their job, you know, when they match up against McDavid or Draisaitl on the road, they're going to get one of those two lines. You see them being physical here. Every one of them got on the score sheet. Here's Trevor Moore with the first goal. Seattle. Here's the great pass by Trevor Moore to Iafallo, who's filling in for Arvidsson on this line. Did a great job in game one. And then we're going to see Deneau here with the game winner. They don't have to score 3 goals a game. They don't have to be +3. They have to be even or slightly better against Draisaitl or McDavid. So even an even and a wash, and let Kempe and Kopitar try to beat one of the other lines. That's all they need to do.
Elliot, you said LA would try to bore Edmonton in this series, and so far, so good. I mean, Jonathan Quick, though, I have to say, 36 saves.
Terrific, right? And so when you look at the season that Quick has had, he's had a fantastic start to the season. Near the end of the season, I kind of thought the Kings were leaning towards Cal Peterson, but the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks for the Kings, Jonathan Quick has reminded us of the old Jonathan Quick. The thing that really grabbed my attention, especially in the third period, just how relaxed and comfortable he was. Like, he made some great saves, no question. That was early in the game, but there's something special about Jonathan Quick, especially when he gets the lead. And that's the one thing for the Oilers. I think they're going to have to try and get that lead, because when he's with that lead, he just feels like, this is my world, right?
I know it's only one game, but maybe it's Deneau. Someone said the other night that the Kings remind them of Montreal last year.
There's no question. He was central. So was Connor McDavid. He was absolutely dancing the other night. First few shifts, he was passing, and then when he shot, it was like, wow. And Draisaitl scored. They got a power play goal from him, one from Yamamoto. They had the guns firing, Edmonton, but Quick was good enough. Game 2 on Hockey Night in Canada is next.
Game 2 of their opening round series here at Rogers Place, and some nervous energy here as a result of the Oilers' loss in the series opener. On Monday night, this building was full for a playoff game for the first time since 2017, but the charged atmosphere did not help the Oilers, at least not to start the game, as they did not look like the same poised, confident team that won 14 of its final 15 regular season games at Rogers Place. So feeding off the crowd is on the Oilers' to-do list tonight. Again, they have one lineup change. Josh Archibald comes in. Chris Russell is out, so it's 12 forwards and 6 defensemen for Edmonton tonight. The Kings going with the same lineup that won Game 1. Now they have an opportunity to take a 2-0 series lead, while the Oilers bid to get it down to a best-of-5. Tonight on how the Oilers start Game 2 after an auspicious beginning to Game 1, giving them a scoring chance 11 seconds in. They fought their way back from 2-0, 3-2 deficits, and until the last 5 minutes were a shot away from winning. No stage fright from the Kings, with nearly half its roster in its first ever playoff game. Determined, unrelenting, and they called it an identity game. Now, in Game 2, Jay Woodcroft's Oilers must show theirs. Harner Ryan Singh, Louis DeBrusque will have the call first to ice level.
Dan say hello to all people of Turtle Island. As Chief, I welcome you here to Treaty 6 territory. This land has been traditional Region 4 homeland for the Métis people of Alberta, the Inuit and ancestral territory of the Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, and Nakota Sioux people since time immemorial. The recognition of our history on this land is an act of reconciliation, and we honor those who walk with us. Thank you, Kinenaskum Now.
And now, fans, we ask you to remain standing, remove your hats, and join the singing voice of your Edmonton Oilers, Robert Clark, in the performance of the American and Canadian national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command.
It was an unbelievable atmosphere at Rogers Place in a close back-and-forth first game where the young LA Kings stole game one in Edmonton. The fans here will once again try to will their team to a victory as the Oilers look to bounce back and even up the series tonight. It's game two between LA and Edmonton as the Stanley Cup playoffs continue on Hockey Night in Canada. And it was vintage Jonathan Quick in game one as the 36-year-old made 36 saves in the 4-3 victory. And at the other end, Mike Smith has the net again. The goaltender, known for being one of the best puck movers at his position, will look to get back into the win column as the game one loss was just his first loss in his past 10 games dating back to the regular season. They've talked about it a lot. The Oilers need a better start. And Louis, they need to get back to that structure that has given them so much success under Woodcroft in the last few months.
That was a lot of the talk to start things off. They got away from it in game number one. LA capitalized. And they're going to try and do that again tonight. This should be another good one, and I expect another physical battle between these two teams.
Game two officially underway. We have a whistle on the play as the Kings were trying to enter the zone.
And, you know, for Jay Woodcroft, the start of the first game didn't go so well. They were getting outshot 8-0 in the first period, but it started with an early penalty. And he said, listen, we have to be emotional, we have to be physical, we have to stay out of the box against this Los Angeles Kings team. The power play, the penalty kill, was great, but it's the momentum that it gained for LA early on.
Darnell Nurse pass behind the net over to CeCe. Puck controlled by Edler, who dumped it back into the Oilers zone. Smith out to play it. CeCe has the puck. Over to Connor McDavid trying to burst through. Kopitar playing the puck. Kane, a sharp angle shot. It's behind the net. Boyardi there. Kings take possession. Kempe to Kopitar. Stripped to the puck by Connor McDavid. Cody Ceci from the red line. He fires it in. Took a hit from Anderson. Speeding towards the puck was Yamamoto. And he was receiving praise from his coach, his teammates, and the media. What a great game one for Tyler Yamamoto. A goal and an assist.
And absolutely tenacious on the puck. He was all over it. Physical start already in this game. Singer, as both teams have come out chopping, slashing. 2 big hits attempted by the LA Kings. One finish. Anderson on Ceci as he put that puck in deep. He took a hard hit.
Bouchard all over Moore to not give him any room, and it's Duncan Keith who finds Hyman. Making his way up the ice, he gives it to Yamamoto. Yamamoto forced to the outside. Hyman working away. Coming in to help is Draisaitl. Draisaitl peeling away from Iafallo, heading to the net. His pass blocked by Durzi. And now Mikey Anderson gets the puck out of the zone.
Great stick right there by Sean Durzi in the right position to take that away as Draisaitl finds some time, tries to find the back door on the backhand side. Here's Kane right off the opening faceoff. He goes at it with Kempe, and they go for a long time. They let them kind of push each other, shove. But this is Evander Kane trying to get into the grill of the top goal scorer of the LA Kings. Here's that big hit by Anderson on Ceci, paying the price to make the play into the zone, and then a perfect stick by Durzi right there to take that attempt backdoor to Hyman away off the stick of Draisaitl.
Face off to the right of Jonathan Quick. The Oilers control a slap shot from Kulak. Bounced wide. Nugent Hopkins was parked in front, and now Kulak has it again. Pass up the middle to Nugent Hopkins. Derek Ryan controlling from there. Barry over to Kulak. He gets it back. Barry moving through. He rifles it into the Kings zone. Quick out to stop it. It's Lizotte who flips the puck all the way down the ice. Smith stopping it, and a good pass to Barry. We have a collision between Nugent Hopkins and Lizotte at center ice. They're looking for the puck, and Nugent Hopkins came up with it. Brett Kulak rink wide to Tyson Barrie, and he's going to settle it down as he waits for his teammates to make a change. The Oilers outshot LA 39-35 in game one. Here's a shot on net. Quick made the save, and it's Byfield who picked it up from there. He had to avoid the Cassian train that was coming his way. Here comes Warren Foegele, shoots! And up to the task was Jonathan Quick.
Yeah, Jonathan Quick didn't know where that shot went from Warren Foegele. Nice little drive into the zone, and here's a little extra stuff afterwards. Cassian getting involved, Foegele with Byfield and everybody coming together. So a little testy early on in this one, and we kind of expected this. Brendan Lemieux right in there, grabs Warren Foegele, pulls him out of the pile. Cassian having a few conversations too. And you know, for both sides, it was a very physical first game between these two teams, and they're carrying that over right away. Every stoppage, there's been a little bit of chatter, a little bit of bumping, and this is just playoff hockey, end-to-end action early on here as both teams are skating early in this one. And, you know, Kelly Rudy talked, Singer, about Mike Smith. This is what he does. You know, he averages around 21 touches on the puck a game, by far the most in the National Hockey League, and he plays it early. It's a perfect pass, tape to tape, so no nerves there after the botch in the third period in game one. And Zach Cassian up to his old tactics with a big hit on Byfield early on. There's that shot that goes off the shoulder of Quick. It gets off in a hurry right there. Quick release, and Quick was way out to make that save.
Foegele getting a shift much earlier in this one than he did in game one because of all of these special teams. And here's a face-off now to the left of Quick. McDavid and Kopitar. McDavid tossed. It's Evander Kane coming in his place. Kane, who had 5 shots on net in game one. Face-off victory for Edmonton. McDavid on his way to the net. Now he stops behind. Pass to Puljujarvi, who shoots, and that one was stopped. The Kings come up with it. Matt Roy, he finds Kopitar moving in. Wrist shot saved by Mike Smith. No, it's loose behind him. And it was poked away just at the right time by Darnell Nurse. The Kings coming real close. Here's Nurse stopping the puck from the boards. Tipped by Puljujarvi, but wide. Kempe and McDavid in a battle. Puljujarvi playing the puck all the way around the boards. Nurse protecting. Athanasiou was right there. Puljujarvi seems like he's off to a better start right away in this one too.
Yeah, he's certainly engaged. No question about that play. Just over 7 minutes in game one. He's got a bite to his game early.
Danault, backhander, and that pass. Iafallo couldn't handle it. This puck flipped high in the neutral zone.
Could have been a penalty if that goes over. That hit the top of the glass by the penalty boxes.
Moore is able to find Iafallo. He's got some room. That shot was blocked by Duncan Keith. Quickly played it over to Yamamoto. Up the boards, but Anderson is there. Sends it down low. Phil Danault. Pass off the back of the net. Trevor Moore. Phenomenal game he had, but his pass intercepted. Hyman trying to get past Jersey, who hit him right in front of the Kings bench.
Yeah, good erase there by Jersey as Hyman tries to chip and charge, go around Jersey. He finishes a check on him right afterwards. But a heavy hit to slow Hyman down, not an easy thing to do. Young Sean Jersey has really stepped in the absence of Drew Doughty from Los Angeles Kings.
Here's Josh Archibald, tried to play the puck to himself, it looked like, off the boards. Didn't pan out. Ollie Mata over to Spence. Got past one player, but the Kings are whistled on the offside.
You just feel the emotion in here for game number 2 again, and the players have really settled into this game early. Here's this play for Kopitar as he gets the shot away. It goes right through Mike Smith, and Darnell Nurse is right there to chop it away. Doesn't have enough steam, kind of slows up right in the blue paint. And not an easy job for Darnell Nurse to clear that through his own guy, McDavid, who is back there as well, but gets it to the corner and out of harm's way.
It was Mike Smith who talked to the media about the unbelievable atmosphere and all the energy, and said it may have gotten us out of our structure, but it's not the case here so far tonight to start this one off. The Oilers have 3 shots on net, the Kings 1.
Yeah, a little better start for Edmonton, and you expected that in game number 2. The Los Angeles Kings got a shot on net. 11 seconds. It was Alex Edler that stepped up the ice, took a neutral zone pass, and walked into the top of the circle for the first chance of the game in game 1. And that was just kind of how things started off for Edmonton. LA, give them credit. They came out aggressive, physical, and got up 2-0 in that first period before McDavid made it 2-1. And that's the type of game they want to play. They want to capitalize on chances, capitalize on turnovers, and use their speed on the transition.
Reliability, dependability, quality. Exactly what you look for in an all-star with the 2022 Honda SUV lineup.
Todd McClellan was asked about Mike Smith and if the Kings strategize because Smith plays the puck so much, and he said, of course, we don't want Smith to play it because he handles it well. And that's the extra defenseman sometimes he's been called, as he's out there and able to knock down pucks so much in a game.
We've already seen it right away, that pass up to the wing so quick he can make that pass.
Here's Barry to Kulak, one-timer, and Jonathan Quick ate that one up.
And a quick little face-off there. It was Leon Draisaitl against the 4th line of Los Angeles. Todd McClellan quickly changes this one after this is saved by Jonathan Quick. The blast from the blue line. Kulak gets the one-timer away, and you can see Lemieux down trying to block that shot, but he gets it through him. And I do believe that'll be crucial for both teams in this game. A lot of block shots in game number 1. Everybody pays a little bit more of a price in the playoffs. Those shots that get through a little bit of the screen become so important.
And McClellan, who gets Phil Danault back out there right away, taking the face-off against Draisaitl. Danault wins the draw. Edler playing the puck to Roy. And Trevor Moore was looking for Iafallo. Moore moving through the neutral zone. Edler playing the puck right on target. Steered aside easily by Smith. The Oilers able to get the puck out of the zone. Matt Roy playing it to center ice. Moore to Iafallo, who lost it to Bouchard, and in comes Draisaitl. Passes off to Yamamoto looking to shoot, but Iafallo came and picked his pocket as Yamamoto was taking his time.
Great backtrack by Iafallo right there. Just continued to skate, continued to work, and he sensed that Yamamoto was going to take that shot, and he takes it away.
Here's Matt Roy behind the net. Anderson, long-range pass, tipped ahead by Athanasiou. Kopitar on the wing, shoots. Mike Smith makes the save. No rebound. Alex Iafallo, great work on the back check to make sure that Yamamoto couldn't get the shot off. We'll be back after this.
You by Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of the NHL. Early returns suggest both the Kings and Oilers hungry for hits in this series. A total of 78 in game one with 40 for the Oilers. 28 players recorded at least one hit. Evander Kane led the way on both sides with 7. Zach Kassian had 6. Average number of hits in a regular season games 42. Playoffs different story where it ramps up to an average of 57 in postseason games, or Kings and Oilers far exceeded that on Monday night. And so far tonight, 11 hits by both teams, and that's only 6 minutes in. Turn around.
Thank you, Scott. Yes, it certainly is a physical affair. That puck took a funny bounce, but it was Kopitar in the right place at the right time. Here's Ceci having a look. He flips one behind the net. Jersey, nice box out effort there. Now Evander Kane able to keep the play alive for Edmonton. McDavid with a huge hit along the boards on Mikey Anderson. The referee's hand is up. Anderson did not like it, and he's in McDavid's grill.
Yeah, he catches him with a pretty hard hit as he's going for this puck, and a little bit from the side, no question. Anderson goes in hard into the boards, came up and gives McDavid a pretty good cross-check afterwards. For McDavid, he was bracing himself for the contact. And it was the first game of the regular season that he took his one and only major penalty on Adrian Kempe with a hit from behind. Ejected from the game, and the Kings scored 3 power play goals on it. There it is there. Anderson gets up, gives him one, gives him a second one after, and then Darnell Nurse and everybody come in. I think this is just going to be a 2, I think. And it will only be McDavid that goes to the box.
Edmonton penalty number 97. 2 minutes for boarding. Edmonton penalty number 25. 2 for roughing.
Sorry.
LA penalty number 50. 2 for roughing.
Also going to be Nurse in there too. It'll be coincidentals with Nurse afterwards, but here's the hit there. And no question, it's a little high. It's into the numbers, I think, for McDavid. He's just trying to push Anderson into the boards. I don't think he expected him to go head first the way that he did. It's a dangerous hit. Don't think it was intentional. It's a physical game, but for McDavid, he's had history with the Los Angeles Kings, and Anderson gets up and gives him a couple for good measure, and he wisely doesn't retaliate. But it will be a power play for the Los Angeles Kings in this first period after that. Connor McDavid had 4 hits in game 1, and that was the most he's had in the game all year long. He was very physical, he was aggressive, and just got a little bit too aggressive on a guy in a bad position in that spot. And Jersey still having a conversation in the box.
Him and Nurse are exchanging pleasantries. Ongoing conversation. The LA Kings on the power play. They were 0 for 4 in game 1.
I've always said it about Connor McDavid, because he's so fast. When he gets in, he can be such a dangerous hitter because he gets on you so quickly. I think he just braced himself in that sense, and that extra little shove put Anderson to the boards in an awkward way. Good to see Anderson get right back up again and not be injured.
Derek Ryan out to take the draw against Kopitar. Ryan was 86% in face-offs in game 1. Cody Ceci a chance to clear. He can't. Spence kept it in. Pass over to Kempe. Kempe moving up. Now he puts on the brakes. Spence to Kopitar. He looks, reverses. Spence cross ice. Kempe waiting. He found Kopitar, dishes to Spence, moves it to Kempe, the shot, stopped, Kempe got it. Spence over to Kopitar, gave it back, and now Kopitar tried to go cross ice. The Oilers got their sticks in the way, puck over the glass.
Great stick. And the penalty kill was 4 for 4 for Edmonton in that game number 1 a couple nights ago, and it was a big factor in clawing back and tying that game in the third period. They had to kill off a couple in that third. And here's that cross-seam pass looking for the one-timer. Kempe, the top goal scorer for the Los Angeles Kings, and Ryan with a nice deflection up over top of the glass.
This time it's Draisaitl and Kopitar in the face-off circle. The puck pushed back, an opportunity for Ceci to clear. He's successful in doing so. Kempe works it to Kopitar. Kopitar's on the move through center ice. He's going to carry in. Got through two Oilers. Deneau sends it to the point. Puck stolen by McLeod, and the Oilers were able to waste some time, but the Kings are right back into the zone. Kopitar. Here's a pass back, and Mike Smith had to be careful. The Oilers penalty killers now in position. Kopitar from behind the net, a bank pass all the way to Kempe. Now Spence, quick passing here. Kopitar shoots, and a good pad stop by Mike Smith. Spence, saucer pass. Kempe shoots, bounced away. Deneau to Kopitar. 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Kopitar along the boards. Kaliev looking for it. And the Kings are forced to retreat. Kopitar regains the zone. A pass, a shot, and a save from Smith. Smith getting his pad on it. He's almost got caught out there, but got some help from Bouchard. Here's Kaliev. Lurking, a pass to Matt Roy, down low. Brown trying a centering pass. The Oilers killed the penalty. McDavid was looking to barrel his way into the zone. 3 shots for the Kings on that power play. Here's a chance from Lizotte. Lizotte taken down. Play continues. Evander Kane finds Connor McDavid. He has a look to see who's with him. It's Bouchard. McDavid behind the net. Backhand shot! Bounced away. Here's Bouchard playing it around the boards to the corner. McDavid there being tracked by Edler. Dustin Brown fell, got up, and was able to clear the zone.
After a long penalty kill for Edmonton, almost a whole 2 minutes in the defensive zone for them. McDavid jumps on the ice, creates a real good chance. Good power play by Los Angeles, so create a couple chances, couple shots on net. Mike Smith with a great save late on that power play.
Racing to the puck is Brett Kulak. Iafallo is behind him. Tyson Barrie has a look. Lifts the puck to center. Draisaitl with Yamamoto. Here's Hyman who shoots quick. Steers that aside. Tyler Yamamoto twisting. Draisaitl in for puck support. Now he moves to the blue line. The Oilers were trying to crisscross there. The Kings sent them back into the neutral zone. Draisaitl waits. Now he passes back as defenseman unaware. As
almost too many men right there, as that puck went right to the open door into the skates of 2 players on the ice for Edmonton. Trevor Moore was yelling at the official that should have been another penalty. They get away with it.
Keith to Bouchard. Quick pass. Nugent Hopkins tried to play the puck forward. Brendan Lemieux's pass off a skate. Nugent Hopkins a chance, but he couldn't get a shot away. He still has the puck. He finds an open. Bouchard shoots. The puck was tipped just wide. Archibald and Ryan were in the path, though. And here's Derek Ryan. Ridden hard into the boards by Anderson. Another check. Archibald out there to play it physical, of course. Kaliev moves in. Knocked off the puck. Evan Bouchard waiting patiently. The Oilers forwards making a change.
Real good shift by that line, and a newly formed line by Jay Woodcroft injecting Josh Archibald on the left side, a right-handed shot. Physical, has a nice little redirection on that shot from Bouchard.
Connor McDavid with an opportunity. He scored late in the first in game 1. No dice here.
Down to how the Kings stopped Connor McDavid. Game 1, McDavid played 14 minutes of 5-on-5 against Kopitar and Deneau, during which he didn't score, although the Oilers had 4 quality chances. McDavid played .428 against the Kings' other 2 lines. He scored. The Oilers had 4 chances from the slot. So given he scored, a slightly better result in those 4.5 minutes than in the 14 against Deneau and Kopitar. Harner Ryan.
Thank you, Scott. And Coach Todd McClellan of the Kings also saying today, well, if Kopitar has to play 45, he'll play 45. We're not saving anybody for anything.
Not this time of year. There's another penalty right there to Duncan Keith. And he was giving it to Trevor Moore. Singer, sorry for jumping in there, but he gives him the first one. He got away with it. It was the second one that gets called. He gives him a pretty vicious one. The first one, obviously, Trevor Moore is now a target of the Edmonton Oilers. He draws a call here, having this puck in the corner, and you'll see the first one right there. That's not called, that one was. And the third one, then he gives him another one for good measure, and then one more at the end just to say, hey, I know I'm going to the box. I might as well give you another. Here's the first shot by Moore on Duncan Keith, the grizzled veteran. He goes, okay, we're going to rough it up in the corner, but it's him that takes the penalty afterwards. And now the second power play for the Los Angeles Kings.
0 for 1, 3 shots on net for the Kings on their first man advantage. 8:28 left to go here in the first period. We still await the game's first goal. Cody Ceci off the face-off, off the glass, and out. Jonathan Quick leaving the puck for Sean Durzi. Durzi to Kopitar, maneuvering through the neutral zone. Kopitar in place, backhanded the puck around the boards. Kempe on this side, right back to Kopitar. He reversed it, and here's a chance for Nugent Hopkins, but Kempe had the angle, and the Kings escaped unscathed. Here's a pass to Iafallo in tight. He shoots, and that one somehow stayed out, but he thinks it's in.
Yeah, he put his hands up in the air. It certainly took a funny bounce. It looked like it was off the bar. That's what everybody thinks, but he thought it was in the net.
Phil Deneau was motioning towards the net. Sure they'll have a look at that. Here's Kopitar now to Durzi from the point. A shot tipped by Deneau, but tipped wide. And it did go off the post. Deneau now. His pass, Durzi. This time he's able to keep it in. Rink wide. Kopitar. Deneau over to Kempe. Durzi has it up top. Kopitar looking to shoot. Slap pass. Iafallo was right there, but now the Oilers steal. And it's going to be the safe play from Ryan LeCloud, but not so safe for Jonathan Quick, who had a little bit of trouble with that bounce.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a nut where that bounced into him.
The Oilers fans loving it. Here's Kulak. Playing the puck to the near side. Evan Bouchard unable to get it out. Byfield. He stole it. The puck down low for Trevor Moore. Centering pass. Smith looking for it. He poked it away with the paddle of his stick. Spence shoots. Smith the save, and he blocked that puck down.
Oh, it wasn't the cleanest penalty kill, but Edmonton gets out of that one again. As the LA Kings is an extended period of time in the offensive zone. Here's the backhand by Iafallo, and it goes far side off the bar, off the pad of Mike Smith, and stays out. Beautiful little backhand that goes off of Hyman, and Iafallo just funneling to the net, gets it away in a hurry. And gets it by Smith, but rings the bar. Here's that shot from the blue line. He's looking backdoor again. Goes off the stick. Maybe Nurse, who's taking away Iafallo, and that deflects wide. Turnover by Evan Bouchard. Had an opportunity to put it down the ice, tried to make a pass, and it goes right back to the net again as LA continues to attack on turnovers.
And they got 3 shots on that power play as well. 6 cumulatively on their 2 power play opportunities thus far. Here's Grundstrom now. His centering pass, and getting his stick on that was Mike Smith. Iafallo was the one who knocked down the puck when Smith's pass in the 3rd period didn't go the way he wanted. So Iafallo's been all over the Oilers' crease. Puljujarvi and McDavid were looking to get something going. But the Kings have possession. It's all Imada. Waiting patiently. His teammates were making a change. Now he starts to move up. Long-range pass to, look who it is, Iafallo. Trevor Moore. Backhanded the puck behind the net. Deneau waiting for it. The Kings' second line out there, and the Oilers, a big hit from Hyman. Puck knocked down with the glove of Ceci. Puljujarvi pushes it to McDavid. Hyman headed to the net. McDavid, a pass to Hyman. And he tipped it wide. Quick. It was pushed out of position. The Oilers unable to capitalize there on that chance. Here's McDavid with it. Nurse and Iafallo. Playing it physical. Yamamoto winding it up. Here he comes. The puck took a bounce, but Quick was able to track it down, and he covers up.
Things starting to open up after that second penalty kill by the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid finds himself with this puck, driving wide, makes a beautiful little play in tight as Hyman drives the net, and Jonathan Quick with a great stick to deflect.
Rave reviews for how Kyler Yamamoto's acquitted himself early in this series, playing bigger than his size, conceding nothing to Alex Iafallo in a physical exchange to start the game, perhaps showing the benefit of his days as a wrestler. Then his perfect redirection of Duncan Keith's slap pass for the 2-2 goal. Yamamoto almost scored shorthanded in the third, and he was also in on Draisaitl's power play goal. 5'8", Kyler Yamamoto played with emotion. It's fitting nicely in an intense playoff battle. Turner Wright.
Thank you, Scott. Zach Hyman in the corner. Yamamoto lurking out front. Getting his pad on it was Jonathan Quick. Hyman over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, what a move. Here's a pass. What a good poke check. And CC having to be careful after the scene. He was around it. Now it's Matt Roy for the Kings. 4:30 to go in the first period. This game still scoreless, but action all over the ice. It's been an entertaining first frame so far. Puck tipped into the Kings zone. Warren Foegele out there with Kassian. Brendan Lemieux playing it to Byfield. Kassian was looking to hit Byfield, who evaded that check. The Oilers able to get the puck out of their own end.
But they've had a couple collisions in this series already. One huge one in game one already in this one. And Byfield had his head up on that one. 6'5", the youngster, the youngest LA King, wisely gets out of the way of that hit from Kassian.
Brett Kulak along the boards. Here's a quick shot. That was blocked. Kaliev had the opportunity. Kassian eases the puck into the King zone, and he's doing a chip and chase. There's a hit. Jersey might have felt that one. Byfield on his way into the Oilers zone. He hands it off by a follow, a slapper. Stopped by Smith. The puck was there for Bouchard. Ryan McLeod's going to fire the puck into the Kings zone as the Oilers were making a change. Ollie Mata moving up, redlining in. Smith stopping the puck neatly behind the net, playing it to the boards. Mata with a hit on Derek Ryan along the boards.
There's been a couple hits in the last little sequence. That hit by Kassian on Jersey, I thought cross-check a little bit into the back. And right there, Mata catches Ryan on the line as he just gets that puck and puts him down.
Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favorite sports book.
Good block by Tyson Barrie. That one chance in the slot. Kaliev can really shoot it. It's the forecheck in tight. Jersey does a lot of work as the defenseman to dig that puck out, and then it goes right to the slot, and he steps in front of Kaliev on that play.
Here's Cody Ceci now. Rifles the puck in from the red line. Stopped by Kane, who just centered the puck to the net. Darnell Nurse a wrister. Now McDavid. His pass to Nurse, who shoots. And it bounced away after hitting a King. Cody Ceci down low for Evander Kane. Kane twisting, shooting, it's right there. Puljujärvi trying a shot on a bouncing puck, but couldn't get what he wanted on it. The Oilers coming close.
Yeah, really close. And you know what? The last couple of times they've thrown pucks at Jonathan Quick from sharp angles, maybe take a page from the Los Angeles Kings. When they hold on to that puck, try and find a shooting lane, the Kings have been excellent at taking shots away, blocking them, getting the stick on them. But a couple pucks that have gotten there in a hurry have handcuffed Quick a little bit.
Athanasiou without a stick. Kings still managed to get the puck out of the zone. Here's a chance for Jersey. Quick pass to Kopitar. All over it was Bouchard. Yamamoto, the pass. Draisaitl couldn't pick it up. Kopitar back down the Oilers zone. It's in the skates of Bouchard. Poked away by Smith. Duncan Keith trying to force the puck out. Draisaitl tried to play it. Stolen by the Kings. Kopitar finds an open Athanasiou. His shot into traffic. Went through the blue paint. Here's Mike Anderson. A shot blocked as it was on the way to the net. Here's Yamamoto coming in with Hyman, he dropped it off for him. Hyman. Yamamoto goes falling, and he knocked down yet. Hyman as well. That pass from Draisaitl knocked down by Grundstrom. Quick shot. Shoulder save by Quick. He's laying on the ground. And now it's Grundstrom speeding out of his own end. Barry and Kulak there to try to stop him. Lizotte first to the puck right there. Grundstrom unable to get anything going as we've entered the last minute of the first period. Derek Ryan now. The Oilers looking for more from this third line with Nugent Hopkins and Derek Ryan. Archibald along with them here in game 2. Cody Ceci has stepped up. Edler blocked the puck from getting to Derek Ryan, and it's Dustin Brown who's able to clear the zone.
Edmonton's starting to really establish that forecheck, and you can see a good shift again by Josh Archibald. Played one of the final 13 games, sat out for 12 straight, played the last game of the season, and doesn't look rusty at all here in his first playoff game. Getting in physically on that forecheck on that line with Nugent Hopkins and Derek Ryan.
Evander Kane now enters the zone. Under 10 seconds to go. McDavid. Puck knocked off the stick. He got a pass away. CC shot blocked. McDavid backhand centering passes near the net. And that'll do it for the first frame of this game 2.
Well, one of the things Edmonton's starting to do here is just throw pucks into Jonathan Quick and bash away. They're looking for that garbage scrambly goal. Look at that. That's a quick release by Kane, and everybody slaps around and it just bounces over the stick of Jesse Puljujärvi. McDavid was there as well, but because he got it there in a hurry, it finds its way to the net. And the very stingy Los Angeles Kings on shots aren't able to get in front in a hurry.
Shots on goal, 13 for the Kings, 11 for the Oilers. Scoreless here at Rogers Place in Edmonton, but coming up in the first intermission, Stanley Cup playoffs continue on Hockey Night in Canada with Ron McLean and the panel.
Is brought to you by the GMC Terrain AT4 and Elevation. No score. Los Angeles, Edmonton, Kevin Bieksa, Kelly Rudy, and Elliot Friedman. Thoughts, Kelly?
Okay, so I thought it was pretty evenly played. Must-win game for Edmonton. I think we would all agree with that. I think that Oilers need a little bit more from McDavid and Draisaitl, but I expect that we'll see a better second and third from them. Having said all that, that first period told me that I think this is a 6 or 7 game series. It's this close.
Yeah, I agree. Like what this game has that game 1 had is speed and playmaking, but confrontations and physicality. And there's battles all over the ice, whether they're in front of the net, the corner. You have a little bit of everything in this series right now.
I have to tell you, Kelly, the football coach, John Madden, he always used to talk about must-win games, and he hated that saying.
Yep.
He would say that, I hate must-win because if you lose, well, what are you going to do in the next game? And it's until you are eliminated, he thought must-win was a stupid statement. Now, I'm not saying you're stupid.
Thanks,
I'm just
Elliot.
saying that I really like
I'll
the
leave
way...
the set now.
I took it that way.
I really like the way that John Madden thought about that. You know, if you're Edmonton, you go down 2-0 for argument's sake. I believe in the mentality that's not the end of the world. It's hard, but it's not the end of the world.
You're right in calling me stupid.
Well, you know what? It was a good decision. Mike Smith got support right away, and he started, and the first shot kind of eked through, but after that, he was great. So you go ahead, Kelly, on that. But it's funny because Marc-Andre Fleury got the net again. Dean Evison made a good call there, and here's Mike.
Hey, listen, this first shot by Kopitar, I think made all of us nervous, right? But that's the one thing about Mike Smith. He continues to battle. Like, that didn't even bother him. You know, he just played excellent after that. He had 13 saves in that period. And who cares about the one from Iafallo that hit the post? That didn't go in. I was really impressed with the way in which he battled. This is a fantastic save off Dustin Brown coming off the bench, as you mentioned to me, Kevin. But look how calm, relaxed he looks, right? I mean, that's a good sign for the Oilers. And, you know, he does handle the puck, in my opinion, still a little bit too much. There are a couple of cases behind the net where it wasn't all that dangerous. But still, after what happened last game, I just kind of think you don't always have to leave your crease.
Just seeing Bouchard in that conversation there. Jordan Spence of Prince Edward Island or Sean Dursey all night long on defense for the Los Angeles Kings. And if it isn't that, it's Kopitar or Danault in the Danault line.
Well, you know what? I promise next intermission I'll find something different to talk about. But just one more time, stay with me, is this Danault line. And again, I said, they don't have to score 3 goals a game. They just have to make plays like this. And you see Iafallo early stripping the puck there, preventing a grade A scoring chance. Beautiful timing, right? Because you know if that rides up his hand, it's a penalty. And then we'll see right here, look at Danault against Draisaitl. They had a little bit of zone time. Doink! Puck out of the zone right there. Those defensive plays are what they have to focus on. And then you see Trevor Moore. 6 hits in the first period. 6. Stan told me that one. Stan did. And then he draws a penalty by Duncan Keith because Duncan Keith's sick of getting hit on the forecheck. And now they go to the power play. So second line, doing it again. I promise I won't talk about him.
Yeah, Stan, stop giving Kevin stuff on the Danault line. It's...
Elliot, was that good or is he stupid?
That was good.
I'm still the only stupid?
As John Madden said, the idea was stupid. You know, the thing about the Kings is, they weren't a team I watched a ton during the regular season, but I see why they were successful. They remind me a lot of the Islanders when the Islanders were at their best. Everybody has a role. They all understand their role. They all understand where they're supposed to be. It must be so frustrating to play against because they don't beat themselves a lot.
Okay, getting a little tight, Elliot. Let's get to the McDavid boarding penalty. Why don't we go with you? What did you think of this?
Well, I thought it was the right call. The one thing that I wasn't crazy about is, Anderson was lucky he didn't get a penalty to even it up. I just was surprised they took Nurse off with Dursey because when he's taking those cross checks, McDavid is from Anderson, of course the Oilers are all going to run to protect him. And I just didn't like the other penalties that came with it.
Well, the funny, because Nurse and Dursey end up in the penalty box there. They had nothing to do with the play, and Dursey had his neck wrenched for a minute by Nurse. So Dursey's on the first unit power play. He's off. Nurse has a penalty kill. He's off. And it should be for Anderson. Take your pick. Do you want the power play, or do you want to give McDavid a shot back?
And he shouldn't have taken the shot. I mean, he should have been given a penalty. Mikey Anderson, there's no question. Retaliatory cross-check on McDavid, not acceptable.
You know what felt like to me is when McDavid does that, the referees are starting to wonder. Brink and Sutherland, I feel like they're really having a tough time deciding what is a penalty in this game. So it's a tight game, and it's hard to make calls.
And was that 2 minutes or more?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Decide, right?
But because they didn't come back with Anderson getting anything.
Yeah,
that was why it was.
They had a little conversation later on. McDavid did with one of the referees right at the bench.
Okay, let's check in with Zach Hyman now and Scott.
Zach, do you think the Oilers' first period tonight was closer to the way your team played down the stretch versus how you started game 1 of the series?
Yeah, no, I think we had a good push there in the final 5. Special teams was good. PK was good. Got us out of the box. But definitely a better start than last game.
This is playoff hockey, so we should expect it to be physical, but I'm wondering if you find the physicality of many of the younger Kings, a lot of them playing their first ever playoffs. Does that surprise you at all?
No, it's playoffs. It's, everybody watches as a kid. Everybody knows how intense it is. It's a different level when you're playing in it, but it's to be expected.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate your time.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Zach Hyman with a couple of shots and a couple of hits in the opening 20 minutes. There's the scene outside in the Ice District. We'll continue our coverage on Hockey Night in Canada in a moment.
Victor.
Back in our first intermission, Elliot.
Let's update the late game in Edmonton. This is the SN Bets Big Board presented by Bet365. We're scoreless in Game 2 of Kings versus Oilers. Edmonton was a -210 favorite before puck drop, and they remain relatively the same after 20 minutes. Oilers are -220 on the money line. The Kings are +175. With -220 odds, the implied probability of winning is 69%. For Edmonton, the Oilers looking for their first home playoff win in front of fans in almost 5 years. May 7th, 2017.
Terrific. And as we saw, a very physical first period. Here's a couple of the best hits. Los Angeles, nothing. Edmonton, nothing. Harner Ryan, Louie, and Scott are next.
It's the
period, no goals to report. Shots 14-12 in favor of the Kings. Canada's home for black music is The Block, hosted by Angeline Tadaweo. Tune in weeknights at 7 on CBC Music or listen anytime on CBC Listen. Well, John Quick, dozen saves in the first period. There was a notion before the series began with the way he played down the stretch, he could steal a game or two for the Kings. Quick can still go post to post, shows no signs of the back problems that some thought might end his career a few years ago. Game 1 wasn't exactly a steal, but it was Stanley Cup vintage Quick. He's 36, looked every bit like the goaltender who backstopped the Kings to 2 cups in 12 and 14. So Quick has persevered. Just don't bother asking him about it because he's a man of a few words. We could say he has little to say, and he just does not like saying it, but he was perfect in the first period tonight. And there again, a look at his work in the Stanley Cup playoffs in both 12 and 14, a major reason the Kings were able to win their first 2 cups. Hunter Wright.
Thank you, Scott. And it was Coach Todd McClellan who was asking you, Scott, that if you tried to ask Quick to come out to talk to the media, because they're saying there's really no point.
But he did say he's excellent in the room, and the guys love him. And he has a great relationship with his players. But when it comes to the outside, he's pretty, keeps things close to the vest. And I don't mind that from Jonathan Quick. He just lets his play do his talking.
2-time Stanley Cup champion, and he's the definition of being dialed in. As the second period is underway here, still awaiting the game's first goal. As you heard from the panel discussion in the intermission, a fairly evenly played period. Mike Smith just steering a shot aside. Here's a shot from Matt Roy, and Athanasiou was right in front. And he bumped Mike Smith, who went down. And let's see what comes of this, Louis.
Yeah, no question. Athanasiou got a piece of this puck to the net, too. He was tangled up with Cody Ceci, and there is a penalty on the play. And I think it's going to be Athanasiou for contacting the goaltender. But I'm not exactly sure, because Cody Ceci was entangled with him. But yeah, it is Athanasiou that's heading to the box. Here it is, his shot. And then boom, the shoulder into the head of Mike Smith. Now, he is trying to navigate around Cody Ceci, but he doesn't stop all the way in the right hand. Kind of gives him a little bit of a forearm shiver. Smith goes down. Maybe a little easy. But you know what? It draws the call, and Edmonton goes in the power play for the first time in this game.
So here we go. The Oilers, who were 2 for 4 in Game 1. It was Connor McDavid who said post-game that the power play special teams that kept them in it in Game 1. Athanasiou in the box, and McDavid out to take the draw against Philip Deneau. Face-off victory for the Oilers. Tyson Barrie up top to Nugent Hopkins. Decides to go behind the net. Passes off to Draisaitl. Settles it down. Quick shot, and saved by Jonathan Quick. The puck came out. And some pushing and shoving between Nugent Hopkins and Matt Roy.
You know, you asked me before the game if I thought there was going to be more of that stuff around the net. And I didn't think so. I thought both teams were going to go play. But as Kevin Bieksa talked about, there's been a little nastiness, a little edge after each whistle. Right here, cross-checked by Roy. Nugent Hopkins doesn't like that. That was a quick release by Leon Draisaitl, trying to catch Quick a little bit off guard.
The puck comes over to Tyson Barrie at the blue line. Got it back from Draisaitl. Gives it to McDavid. Barrie, Draisaitl. Now Barrie's going to shoot. Wide. McDavid has it. Off the boards. Sharp angle shot. Quick doesn't know where it is. Now Draisaitl from the corner to the blue line. Tyson Barrie over to Nugent Hopkins. One-timer. He shoots. He scores. Leon Draisaitl. Draw first blood. It's his second in the playoffs for number 29, Leon Draisaitl.
And a real shot mentality. This power play 2 for 4 in Game 1, and they get possession right off the bat. A face-off one. This one that eludes Jonathan Quick. He doesn't have a clue where it is on the sharp angle shot by McDavid. Then Tyson Barrie settles things down. Back to Barrie, sets it up for the one-timer. And for Leon Draisaitl, you've seen that so many times from that position. That puck gets up on edge, but he beats Quick up over top. So good down low, he elevates under the bar. 1-0 Edmonton.
Tyson Barrie and Nugent Hopkins with the assists. We've got a commotion between Grundstrom and Ceci. Here's a quick shot from Dustin Brown that sails over the net. So the Oilers score the first goal of the game. Shot from Jersey Grundstrom as the Kings are looking to return fire quickly. Smith's net is off, and Blake Lizotte and Cody Ceci getting into it.
Any contact right there, just a little bump, and Smith takes the net off the moorings. But here's the power play goal again, and the power play has been strong in this series, creating chances. The one-timer, that's the shot they're looking for. And there was no real screen in front of Jonathan Quick. This is the sharp angle shot right here for Connor McDavid. He saw a little light above Jonathan Quick. He couldn't find it. And Quick does get back into position here before the one-timer is for McDavid. He sets it up, and then look at this, up over top of the left shoulder, the glove hand side. Leon Draisaitl with the blast.
Louis, it's the first lead of the series for the Edmonton Oilers, and the first goal, oh so important. These playoffs, the teams that score first have been on to win 9 of the 10 games that have been played.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? When you're chasing the game, you do things you don't typically do. Get yourself out of position, you try chances that you normally wouldn't chance, and as a result, teams are countering.
Kaliev just took down Fogle quite hard. Interference call coming up. The Oilers are going to head back on the power play. We've got some more rough stuff between Byfield and Draisaitl.
Yeah, just a lot of conversation down there, a lot of sticks, a lot of cross checks. And this is a pick right off the faceoff. A faceoff one, back to the blue line, but because that interference on Fogle as he tries to win that puck battle, Kaliev just digs in a little too deep, takes him down, and right back on the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. What a swing of momentum in this second period in favor of Edmonton, and the death stare by Todd McClellan.
So the Oilers, who just took advantage of the power play, get right back to work. 1 for 1 so far tonight. Draisaitl against Kopitar in the face-off circle. Face-off to the right of Jonathan Quick. Hyman came up with the puck. He feeds Barry, who dishes to McDavid, shoots! Barry got it now.
49 seconds.
Back to McDavid. McDavid from the corner. He has a look. Barry over to Nugent Hopkins, moving up. Down low, Hyman looking to force it in. Stopped by Quick, it's still loose. Now Quick finds it, and he freezes it.
That was a smart play by Zach Hyman. He walks this puck right out into the slot, and a little bit of a delay. Quick was down, and I think he tried to elevate this one a little bit late. Good puck movement, a face-off win again. Edmonton's had full control on the power plays, and right there you can see Hyman bring it out. Roy was there with the stick, but Quick was already down very quick. A little bit of space above him, short side, but a good defensive play to take it away, and Quick wisely swallows that one up.
The Oilers win the draw. Tyson Barrie to Nugent Hopkins, shoots. He was trying to pick the corner on the left side. Tyson Barrie being pressured by Kempe. Barrie dropping it off for McDavid. He's winding up through the neutral zone. He carries in, hands it up to Draisaitl, who finds Hyman. McDavid moving to the front, pass to Nugent Hopkins, a pass back to the point. McDavid now surveying, down low. Draisaitl, sharp angle shot, stopped by Quick, and he covers up.
Some excellent puck movement. No shot on that one sequence, and Quick was going post to post a couple of times. So even though you're not getting chances, you're wearing down a goaltender trying to make him move to find the positions. A shot right off the face-off by Nugent Hopkins. This is a laser short side. And an excellent job by Quick. If he gets a piece that I think he did with the shoulder, just to deflect it high, and then another sharp angle shot attempt by Leon Draisaitl.
This time the Kings win the face-off, and they're able to clear.
You know, we talked about it in the first period that LA is doing such a great job of shutting things down, keeping things to the outside. Anytime you try and get a shot through from the blue line or the perimeter, they're blocking it.
Kane centering pass, barreling down to the net was Yamamoto. Couldn't capitalize, but a good opportunity nonetheless. Duncan Keith starting it off. hanging on to it. Decided to come back into his own zone. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Ryan McLeod skating through center ice. Pass to Yamamoto, who gave it back. Around the boards it went, but Kopitar got in between. Puck brought down by Bouchard. Quick pass to McLeod. McLeod to Bouchard. To Keith. Keith shoots. Kane was looking for the tip. Penalty expires. Kaliev out there. He's looking to go to the net. Bouchard tracking him. A centering pass from Kaliev through everybody. Quick shot from Dursey. Smith in the right place. Dursey reversed to Roy.
Penalty coming up to Edmonton.
Jonathan Quick on his way to the bench. Extra attacker out. Roy to Grundstrom, who falls. Derek Ryan touches, and play is called.
It's going to be a slashing call. And it was on the play in the defensive zone. Yamamoto's going to head across to the penalty box here after that play by Kaliev to throw it through the middle.
Edmonton penalty number 56. 2 minutes for slashing.
Kelly Sutherland makes the call. And obviously Yamamoto doesn't like that one. Here's the little spin pass, and it's on the backtrack. Yamamoto on Kopitar. Driving to that net. That was the target, the intended target by Kaliev. And here's a great little redirection attempt by Yamamoto as Holy Mata with a good stick right there. Not only taking it away, but that was going towards the open net. Denies a goal again. Third power play for Los Angeles here.
0 for 2 so far tonight. 6 shots. Here's a pass from Jersey. A one-timer from Kempe, and Mike Smith, no problem. Iafallo steals. Deneau looking, passing. Derek Ryan with a brilliant stick effort to prevent that, and it's Nurse shorthanded with Nugent Hopkins. Nurse still has it as the Oilers trying to waste some time. Jonathan Quick corralled the puck. Nugent Hopkins was there. Jersey long-range pass. He connects with Deneau. Iafallo sending the puck around the board. Smith missed it. Kopitar to the far side. Iafallo there. Good work by Kulak, and now it's going to be Zach Hyman who's bringing the puck into the zone. He was having a look to see if there was anyone who could go with him or that he could pass to. Here's Kopitar. To the other side, the puck again sent back by the Oilers.
Yeah, good penalty killing. Cody Ceci went down to the dressing room for a bit. Not sure if it was a medical or an equipment issue, but he's back on the bench. That's why Brett Kulak was out there in the top pairing for the penalty kill alongside Darnell Nurse. Does some nice work along the boards.
And this puck goes over the glass, a souvenir for an Oilers fan.
And the physicality still ratcheted up in this game. Everybody finishing checks any chance they can. The one-timer off the face-off. Adrian Kempe flares out. Wants that one. Good save by Mike Smith. Iafallo with a heavy hit on Ryan here after he makes the play. Paying the price to make things happen out there, even on the penalty kill.
The hits are tied at 17 apiece. Byfield tossed from the face-off circle. Athanasiou in his place. Scramble draw. And now Evan Bouchard connects with Draisaitl. Crisscross with Archibald. Draisaitl shoots, but it's too high and into the mesh.
Excellent move by Leon Draisaitl, shorthanded, trying to catch the King sleeping a little bit. Young Jordan Spence with a real nice stick at the last second to take that shot away from a dangerous shooter in the slot. Cody Ceci back on the ice. That's a good thing for Edmonton. Logs a lot of minutes, especially on the penalty kill. He's usually the one that starts it off with Darnell Nurse. He'll take the second shift with Nurse on this sequence here.
Ceci's just been solid all season long, and Coach Jay Woodcroft liked what he had to see from the Nurse-Ceci pairing in Game 1. Nurse, who came back after missing 4 games. Trevor Moore works his way into the zone. A pass. Byfield there, stripped to the puck. It's McDavid. He takes off. Kane with him. And Nurse, time and space, shoots, scores! Darnell Nurse is on the board, making it 2-0 for the Edmonton Oilers.
A shorthanded goal for Darnell Nurse. Connor McDavid gets some penalty killing time at the end of this penalty. Jay Woodcroft will do that, loaded up. And he's sniffing up the ice. Nurse activates, and this puck does deflect en route. Goes off his own player, trying to get the shot lane, trying to block, goes off the stick of Kaliev, and up over the left shoulder of Jonathan Quick. No chance on that one. It was a low shot initially. Quick was down to take that away, up under the bar, 2-0 Edmonton.
So they have a power play marker and a short-handed goal. And that's why the Oilers are up by 2. Tyson Barrie looking for more. Sending the puck down low. Lazat on the counter-attack quickly for LA. Speeding through the neutral zone. Prevented from doing anything by Nugent Hopkins, and that'll do it for Yamamoto's penalty, who's back on the ice. Lazat, a pass back. Edler had some trouble with it. Now he sends it deep into the Oilers zone. Grunstrom getting to the puck with Yamamoto. Chipped it out. Vogel off to the races. The puck went a little far. Sharp angle shot. Couldn't hit the net. Bouchard to the middle. Vogel finds Yamamoto. Puts on the brakes. Shoots, and Edler got his stick on it. Puck went sky high. So play call. First it was Draisaitl on the power play, and then it was Darnell Nurse. Boy, are the Oilers happy to have him back in the lineup here in the playoffs.
Darnell Nurse with a shorthanded goal. He had 2 in the regular season. Gives his team the 2-0 lead in this game. And you know, the Los Angeles Kings have done an excellent job down low with their sticks, taking away passing, taking away shots, backtracking and stealing pucks. This is their game, and it's been real difficult for Edmonton to get anything through. That was a great one by Spence. We just saw shorthanded. The Darnell Nurse shot, though, goes off the stick of Kaliev and into the net. You have to keep trying those shots. You have to keep forcing that, trying to get them through. And Darnell Nurse with a little extra chirp to the Los Angeles Kings bench on the flyby after the goal celebration.
Another face-off victory. It's Hyman pouncing on the puck. Ridden into the boards by Spence. Hyman fishes the puck out again. Near the net. Now he passes to the point. Keith lets it go. Just wide. Draisaitl protecting the puck. Wraparound attempt. It comes over to Bouchard. Shoots! And it's off the post. Hyman on it. The Oilers on the hunt for more. It's Hyman moving up. His shot just off target. Oh my goodness. How close did Yamamoto come to giving the Oilers their 3rd? Here's Bouchard. Draisaitl on his way to the net. It was knocked off his stick momentarily. Duncan Keith from the point. Feeding down low. What a shift here for this line. Hyman still on it. A shot on net, and Jonathan Quick. He's going to try to settle it down here, and he hangs on.
That was almost tipped by Leon Draisaitl to the net. Just a relentless shift after a goal to make it 2-0. This line goes to work. Excellent shot, Bouchard. Head up the whole way. Make sure he gets it through that screen. Dents the bar on that one. Zach Hyman with a real strong shift. There's a high stick on Yamamoto in tight by Spence that doesn't get called. But they continue to go to work, continue to battle, and create 2 or 3 good chances on that shift. That's the type of shift you like to see. After scoring a goal, keep the momentum in your favor and follow up that shift.
Now it's the McDavid line on the ice. What a play by McDavid. He moves to the front of the net. Jonathan Quick. Had to be sharp, and he was. Puljujarvi misfired. Cody Ceci shoots off a stick. And Athanasiou without a stick. Here's a shot, an opportunity, and Jonathan Quick shutting the door on Connor McDavid in tight.
Boy, would he ever. What a great save on that one. And McDavid recognized that Quick was coming across aggressively, and he gets that shot away in a hurry, and he just takes it away. What a good pressure shift to follow up that last one by Edmonton. Keep the momentum. Look at this. Not elevated enough. Quick does a great job to close off that post and hold on to it. And you were right, Athanasiou was without a stick as it broke on that shot by Ceci. So it becomes dangerous down low, and that recovery by Jonathan Quick allows him to get a new twig.
And Rogers plays just alive after 2 great shifts by the Oilers' top 2 lines.
Oh, there's no question. They smell blood right now and have LA on their heels the last few shifts after the shorthanded goal. They continue to go to work. Boom, big hit right there by Kassian.
That was Grundstrom who took the brunt of that. Tyson Barrie, pass to the middle, McLeod. Carries in, drops it off. Kassian sending it back. And now the Kings are able to get the puck out of their own end. Lizotte diving to make a pass to the front of the net. That was taken care of by Derek Ryan. Dustin Brown along the wall to Spence. Smart play, sent it back into the corner. Lizotte. The Kings finally have some zone time in the Oilers' end, but the Oilers are able to get the puck out of their zone as we approach the midway mark of this game. The Oilers with a 2-0 lead. Spence to Mata. Over to Byfield. Flips it deep, and now a chance for Kaliyev. Moving, and a backhander stopped. The Kings still on it. Byfield twisting, trying to get away from Kulak. Byfield to the point, slap shot blocked by Archibald. Hyman takes it from there. Being pressured by 2 Kings, Archibald in to help. He lifts the puck out of the zone. Dursey trying to move it back in quickly, and he does. A pass to the net, knocked down, and the Oilers on the counter-attack, 3-on-2. Draisaitl to Hyman, back to Draisaitl, and he kicked it up with his skate. Now Yamamoto looking to give it to Hyman. The Kings came up with the puck. Dursey hoists the puck out of the zone. And quickly, Duncan Keith ahead for Yamamoto. Couldn't tip it very far. Knocked down by Iafallo, who left it there for Danault. Danault moving to the net, his shot wide. Trevor Moore's on it. Here's the Kings' second line. Bouchard to McLeod, trying to get it out, couldn't. Moore, a shot on net. Routine stop there for Mike Smith. The Oilers clear. And now it's Mikey Anderson who has it, waiting behind his own net.
You know, carrying over a second period from game number 1 where they outshot LA 16-4 in that period. They've outscored LA 4-1 in the second periods in this series so far. It's been the best period for Edmonton.
Bouchard moving in, wrist shot. Right pad stop by Quick. Iafallo looking for some time and space. Flips the puck out. Iafallo hit hard.
Donovan David. A little slash afterwards from Edler.
Here's Edler, who finds an open Kopitar. Pass to the middle. Kempe, it's off his stick. MVP chance for McDavid here from Oilers fans. And here's Kane, who kicks the puck out of the zone. He was without a stick. Long range pass again. Kopitar there. Nurse says no thank you and sends the Kings back out of the Oilers zone. Spence to Roy. Neutral zone pass accepted by Kopitar. He had to reverse. Roy to Spence. Gets the puck into the Oilers zone as the Kings are making a change. Darnell Nurse starts it off for Edmonton. Pass to the right. Nugent Hopkins finds Archibald. Archibald in the corner. Back to Ceci, looks to shoot, he does, and Jonathan Quick blockers that one away. Pass knocked down, Nugent Hopkins is on it, the Oilers keep it in. Archibald sending the puck over to an open corner, Mata was there, the Oilers just coming in waves. Big hit from Kassian on Mata.
Another heavy hit by Zach Kassian. He's had some real punishing hits in this game already.
Warren Fogle crossing the red line, a pass to McLeod, who gave it back. It bounced away. Jonathan Quick covering up.
Well, the emotion in the building's just been ratcheted up, and the physicality is not going away. Some huge hits. This is a big one on Grundstrom. Cassian labels him in the corner on the forward check. Connor McDavid getting in the action here with a big hit on Alex Iafallo. Gives him a little slash afterwards, and Cassian again on Mata. Just punishing players as there's a scrum in the corner here, continuing after that whistle. Things heating up here. Edmonton up 2-0 in this second period.
Terrain, AT4 and elevation. Darnell Nurse's shorthanded goal has given the Oilers a ton of momentum. A shot one off Kaliev, stick pass quick. It's not the first time that Nurse has beaten the Kings shorthanded this season. December 5th, he scored a man short here at Rogers Place. The only Oiler goal in a 5-1 Edmonton loss. But it's 2-0 Oilers right now as they finally have got to John Quick. Carter Ryan.
Thank you, Scott. You could tell it was just a matter of time for Nurse. I mean, game one, he was still good, but it was going to take a little bit to get up to speed, but he's out there full cylinder now.
Yeah, and obviously that's the reason why Jay Woodcroft going back to the traditional 12-6 formation in this game too. Knowing that Darnell Nurse was 100% good to go and injects Archibald in the lineup.
Download the BetMGM apps today and tap into the nonstop action in casino and sports.
6:55 to go in the second period. The Oilers out shooting the Kings in this second frame, 13-6. As you mentioned, that was the case as well in game one. But it's been relentless pressure.
You know, for the Kings in the regular season, the second was their highest output period. Here's a little bit different in that way. They were plus 18.
Adrian Kempe has a look. Tried to feed Athanasiou, but it didn't pan out.
My playing days may be over, but doesn't mean I'm retired. Now I watch sports full time, because in retirement, there are no off days. Every game starts at bet99.net.
Face off in the Kings territory. David and Kopitar. Scramble draw, and the Kings come up with it. Rizzi was under pressure, but he was still able to get the puck out of his zone. The Oilers have control. Puck tipped into the zone by Kane. Speeding to it was Jersey. Athanasiou waiting along the boards. He plays it to Kempe. Kempe drops it off. Kopitar took it from him. Net knocked off. As flying into the net was Mikey Anderson. Do you want to be on Family Feud Canada? Apply now at cbc.ca/Family Feud auditions.
Mike Anderson and McDavid have had a couple collisions in this game. He took the penalty on Anderson in the first period on the boarding column. Right there had a collision with him driving to the net on that sequence as he tried to go back side. And McDavid just kind of was there. He was in the right position but made a little bump on him. He went down a little aggressively. And they had words all the way back to the respective benches. There's been a lot of this going on after the whistles. No question about that. Both of these teams engaged and not wanting to give an inch. Here's that backhand pass by Kopitar attempted, but it was right there as Nugent Hopkins collides with Anderson. He looked up, maybe thought he threw another call, but no call in the play.
Launched into the Oilers zone by Roy. And now off of Yamamoto's stick and into the neutral zone. Danault couldn't play the puck further. Draisaitl. And the Oilers have control. Keith over to Bouchard. Draisaitl winding it up. Backhand pass knocked down by Hyman. Tried to give it back. Hyman falls. Gets right back up as the Oilers looking to apply more pressure. The Kings get the puck out of their own end, but they don't have possession. It's Duncan Keith now. He surveys. Puck stopped by Iafallo. Unable to get anything going there.
Kings have kind of settled in after a few real good shifts in a row by Edmonton. Back to that formation, clogging up the neutral zone, looking for transitional play. Almost there.
Grundstrom and Brown, who were in front of Duncan Keith. Here's a pass that's intercepted by Josh Archibald. He's hit into the boards by Spence. The puck's still there. Now it's on the other side in the corner. Ollie Mata hit hard. Nice check by Nugent Hopkins and Barry. Holding on to it at the point, ahead to Nugent Hopkins. He feeds Archibald. Barry stepping up. Derek Ryan calling for a change. And now Brett Kulak controlling. Zach Kassian has it. He reverses to Kulak, who almost lost it. Lizotte was right there. And Lizotte's going to send the puck deep into the Oilers zone. Kassian has a look. He's hit by Lizotte. Spence from the point. Ahead to Kaliev. Nugent Hopkins and Kassian together are able to stop the puck. And now Kassian is heading to the net. Backhander stopped by the stick of Quick. Puck knocked down. Bouchard to McLeod. Couldn't shoot it, but still protected it. Warren Fogle from behind the net to Kassian. Bouchard, the shot! And there's the boost bomb to make it 3-0 for the Oilers. Puck tipped in by Ryan McLeod. The Oilers in control at Rogers Place.
Fourth line goal going to work. Get a puck in behind. And they just were relentless on this puck. Fogle has a lot of time here. Drop pass by Kassian. Look at the layers of screens in front of Jonathan Quick. Another high shot that's redirected. Pushes the glove up there to try and get a stab at this one, but it drops down, goes underneath the blocker side. That's a tough save to make for Jonathan Quick, but that's what happens when you get the shot through. We talked about how well the Kings have been at getting in those shooting lanes, deflecting shots en route to the net. They're going to take a quick look at this one to make sure it wasn't a high stick. It's a short review as Kelly Sutherland points to the center ice. 3-0 for Edmonton, but a patient, hard shift in the offensive zone set that in motion. Following up another good shift by the third line of Edmonton. The fourth line gets on the board. The big goal.
First career power play goal for Ryan McLeod. And the Oilers still looking for more. Pugliardi to Kane. Kane behind the net. He has a look. Now he decides to move out front. Backhand shot blocked. Evander Kane now in the corner. Protecting the puck. The Oilers have spent much of the period in the Kings zone. Now Kempe brings it back the other way. Puck knocked down by Smith. Rebound was available. Gobbled up by McDavid.
See why he scored 35 goals in the regular season. Kempe with a wicked wrister into the glove hand side off the rush. A little bobble by Mike Smith. He got a big piece of it. Darnell clears it out of harm's way.
Bouchard looking to hit Anderson. Taking a hit was Draisaitl from Danault. Draisaitl lets him know.
Gives him a little cross-check back. Those two have gone at it all series long.
Good stick there by Yamamoto. Crunch on Trevor Moore. Duncan Keith has to be careful. Moore there. Hops over from Danault to Iafallo, but the Oilers recover. And Draisaitl passes to himself. What a beautiful play. Here's Hyman, shoots. Puck knocked down and covered up by Jonathan Quick. The crowd is loving it here. Rogers Place is alive. The Stanley Cup playoffs continue on Hockey Night in Canada.
So far in this series, Leon Draisaitl at 122 with one of his calling cards, the one-timer on the power play, then Darnell Nurse shorthanded to make it 2-0, and Ryan McLeod tips Evan Bouchard's shot, befuddling John Quick with the tip, and it's 3-0 Oilers. The Oilers have outscored the Kings 5-1 in the second periods of games 1 and 2. Harner Ryan.
Thank you, Scott. Dominant performance. Last game, period 2, as you mentioned, and 3 goals here. 2:10 to go in the second frame. Another hit by Archibald, and Derek Ryan coming in to help his defenseman, Blake Lizotte, picking up the puck. He feeds Matt Roy. Lizotte hit again, and it was Archibald. He was no stranger to physicality. Here's Smith playing the puck to Kulak. Brett Kulak flipping the puck out of the zone. Gloved down by Derek Ryan. Sends it down low. The Oilers making a change. Matt Roy. Pass to Kopitar, who moved in. Puck knocked off his stick. Athanasiou, that shot prevented from getting through. Here's a chance, and Mike Smith, a great save.
And the fans show their appreciation on that one. His biggest save in a long time. Excellent passing play right in the slot, one-timer jersey, and he takes it away.
Kempe. Knockdown of a pass by Kopitar. Another pad stop by Smith. The Oilers clear. McDavid trying to get to it first, but it's going to be an icing call against Edmonton. Join 3 comedians and some unexpected celebrity guests for the new CBC podcast, Let's Make a Sci-Fi, on CBC Listen or wherever you get your podcasts.
Great read here by Sean Durzi to step right into the slot here. Beautiful pass by Kopitar. And he gets a good shot away. You can see how timely Mike Smith was, though, just getting down in that position, closing up the 5-hole, both pads laying flat on the ice. No chance for that one to go in. Excellent save.
Face off to the right of Smith. Cody Ceci sending the puck around the boards. Final 60 seconds of the second period. Ollie Mott looking for the tip. It's off of Spence's stick. Vander Kane to Jesse Puljujarvi. Driving to the net, a shot, and Jonathan Quick had to be careful, and he made the save.
Yeah, confident move by Jesse Puljujarvi, and we talked about him just playing over 7 minutes in game 1. Jay Woodcroft, you know, saying, listen, it was one of those games, a lot of penalties, a lot of things happening. He kind of got lost in the shuffle. He's been more noticeable in this one for sure. That's a good power move. Gets under the stick, Amata, gets that shot away in a flash, and Jonathan Quick knocks that one down with a glove and holds on to it.
Puljujarvi, who's surpassed his time on ice from the last game already here tonight. Draisaitl in the face-off circle. Hyman's coming in to take his place. Moore and Spence switch spots. Philip Deneau on the other side for the Kings. Face-off win for LA. Trevor Moore trying to twist away from Hyman. Moore skating away with the puck. And play whistle down.
Well, you know, Zach Kassian's coming into these playoffs and maybe played the perfect fourth line role. He's played just over 10 minutes, has 10 hits, 6 in game 1. He's been physical. That was a close one there for me. But there's been a lot of great, big, clean hits that he's laid on the Los Angeles Kings. Picked up an assist in this one. And always having a conversation with someone. It's Brendan Lemieux that he's having a conversation with there, sporting that black eye. He was playoff ready before it started.
Draisaitl now. Controlling. Pass to Bouchard. Lovely it was. The Oilers didn't capitalize, but they still have possession. And they're still on the attack. It's Draisaitl again, under 10 seconds to go in the period. He hands it off. Bouchard, a shot. Quick. Strong out to challenge it. Draisaitl with a hit on Ollie Mott. Time expires here in the second period.
Still a lot of chatting afterwards. Draisaitl with a little bit of a chat after that hit. Beautiful backhand pass. Sauce right onto the tape. Bouchard gets a pretty good chance away. Just a little high as it rolls off the stick, but great activation by him late in this period.
The dominant 3-goal second period by the Edmonton Oilers, outshooting the Kings 19-9. as Edmonton in control, up by 3. The Stanley Cup playoffs continue on Hockey Night in Canada after the break with Ron McLean and the panel.
A huge second period, like Louis was saying. Edmonton's really been great against LA all year in second periods with Kelly Rudy, Kevin Bieksa, and Elliot Friedman, and the high shots on Jonathan Quick.
Yeah, there's a theme developing here in the second period, and there's no question to me the Oilers feel that they have to shoot high on Jonathan Quick every opportunity. Here's that beautiful goal. By the way, that's probably unstoppable. It doesn't matter who's in net, but seconds after that, Nugent Hopkins with a wonderful chance, going high short side once again. Here's McDavid down to Draisaitl from that really sharp angle where we all know he's so dangerous. Yamamoto off the crossbar. And then we're going to see another one with the goal, the deflection. And then finally, there's another one with Bouchard here from a bad angle, although it's a rolling puck. But no question to me, they are trying to shoot high, and it doesn't matter. Short side, far side, just get the puck high.
McDavid. And tonight, you know, we showed a pack in the earlier game of Austin Matthews trying to do other things beside what he's best known for, scoring to get the Maple Leafs a victory. Well, tonight, we've seen the same thing with McDavid. Now, he does take the penalty early, but the thing I like most about it, guys, in the aftermath, he doesn't lose any of his aggressiveness. He's playing really hard tonight. He's physical. He's engaged. He's got a new rivalry with Anderson. Playing wooden sticks this summer, foursome, yes. But the other thing too, Ron, you noticed at the end of the period there's an icing race, and he's just so furious that he's ruled that he lost the race. I really like everything else he's brought tonight besides what he normally does. And credit to the Oilers fans. They watched what the Toronto fans did in games 1 and 2 with Matthews, and they're answering. And you know what that means, Kelly?
They're copying Toronto fans.
No, they're trying to outdo Toronto fans.
Yes, they are.
But they know what that means, Kelly, is the gauntlet is thrown for Johnny Gaudreau in Calgary tomorrow night.
Oh, I like it, Elliot. That's a challenge to the Calgary fans.
Honestly,
well
the attention
done.
to detail with the fans hasn't it been
Excellent.
unbelievable to see?
Really
reminds us of how much we missed when they weren't at games.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Cassian, as Louis was
Well,
saying.
you know how like when you're in a Word document, there's that cut and paste feature? Well, that's what I'm going to do here. Take it from Louis, because Louis just kind of did this. But Zach Cassian, he's running around, he's throwing hits. But these aren't just your regular rub guys out. These are impact hits. And when you see a guy like Byfield, who's 6'5", pull up and spin off that hit, it's because he's worried about the impact of this hit. He's a big guy, Cassian. He gets the high stepping out there. He feeds off the crowd. And when he finishes guys, they're big hits. They get the crowd going, and they hurt the opposing player. And he had one in the corner as well on the forecheck. And this is a guy, when he's going, if you're an LA King defenseman, especially Jersey and Mikey Anderson, who are taking a lot of punishment because they're on the ice a lot, they're keying on those guys with big hits.
So Cassian given credit for 4 hits. So what do the LA Kings need from Dustin Brown? The same sort of thing, right? So since 2005, Dustin Brown has been credited with over 3,600 hits. Kings need more from him in this series.
You know, Kelly, when Cassian went at Quick just at the tail end there, that was just ahead of the goal by Ryan McLeod, so it was a bit of a distraction to Jonathan Quick.
Sure.
Goalies, not saying there's a pandemic of hits with the goalies, but what did you think of Athanasiou here?
This is an embellishment by Mike Smith, and I love it because that's what you're always trying for. This is entirely different.
This is Alexei Papanchenko tonight on Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Here's Pasternak, and this was originally ruled a 5 and then taken down to 2 on review, and Ronta didn't come back. The thing that, this is unbelievable. This Kochetkov guy, he is unreal. He loves to get right in
going after him, right?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, he is a competitive guy.
So these are all tonight, though. Goaltenders getting it. And, of course, last night they ruled in favor of Casey DeSmith and said this is a no-goal. Capo Caco goes through, and they've, like you guys said, Dumoulin didn't push him sufficiently.
Yeah. Those are all good calls. I just want to make clear, though, Mike Smith embellishing, that's okay, right? I had a career of that. You're trying to get a call. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Well, I don't know. The thing I always worry about, like, there's always going to be a little bit of head contact when you're running the goal, but I worry about the legs and like a guy falling on a goalie and blowing out a knee or something. That's what I worry about.
I understand the officials want to protect the goalies 100 times out of 100. I'm just worried that now Smith might not get that.
He probably won't, but you know, at that time, that was an important call.
Because his head was bowed, I just think that's really dangerous. That contact is, you know, when your head's down like that, I like that Smith said, hey, you can't do this to me. So he kind of, as you say, embellished, but he had a right to.
I had a goalie that we played for us, and he always embellished. We called it the starfish. He'd always starfish back after he got hit.
Is that Luongo?
Let's show you a Nikita Kucherov goal. Kelly, you said the key for Tampa Bay would be to get the puck in his hands, and they did. Victor Hedman was tremendous tonight. Braden Point was Braden Point. But this is the guy, Nikita Kucherov, with a huge goal for the Tampa Lightning. They built a 5-1 lead and hung on. To square the series against Toronto, Wayne Simmons had a couple of penalties, tough calls that he deserved, and he'll have to rethink that going into Game 3 in Tampa Bay. Here's the Carolina-Boston. Key goals were from Sebastian Aho, and there's one of them. He had a great game. Carolina has absolutely owned the Boston Bruins this year, outscoring them by a total of 26-4 now in their games. And Eriksson Ek is having a heck of a game for the Minnesota Wild. Marc-Andre Fleury will move into a tie with Grant Fuhr in playoff victories at 92 if Minnesota has this hold up, and it looks like they will quite late in the game. 6-2, the Minnesota Wild on Eriksson Ek's third goal of the game. So that's where we stand elsewhere. We'll come back with more of our coverage from Rogers Place. Happy Rogers Place in Edmonton. Joel Eriksson Ek scored the hat-trick goal just moments ago live in our show. They called it back. Offside. That was Marcus Foligno offside. So just 2 goals for Eriksson Ek, unfortunately. Listen, Rogers hometown hockey viewing parties are happening all over right now. And you at home, don't forget you can enter for a chance to win a VIP trip to the Stanley Cup final at rogers.com/Stanley Cup. Let's take it on the road for the Stanley Cup final. The third period in Edmonton on Hockey Night in Canada next.
What kind of mission?
Horn at sportsnet.ca/this is big to enter Sportsnet's This Is Big contest. There's a $1,000 instant prize up for grabs tonight, and one lucky fan could win $1 million. And might I say that reading promos has become one of the strong suits of my long and storied career. While we're talking about $1 million, and the main attraction here at Rogers Place is on the ice, it is hard not to notice the Oilers 50-50 is heading to an eye-popping $6 million. Proceeds to Kids with Cancer Society and the Alberta Cancer Foundation. 50-50 closes tonight at 11 o'clock. So if I'm not around for Game 3 Friday in Los Angeles, you know who's won. Hunter Ryan, don't call me. I will call you.
Wow. Get your tickets now.
My
Unbelievable.
goodness,
Well done, people.
That is something else. Well, the third period underway here at Rogers Place in Edmonton. The Oilers in control, 3-0 lead. Louis, we were talking during the intermission, that goal by McLeod, oh so important.
Yeah, I really thought LA was settling back into their formation and just looking for that next strike, and they were being patient. That's something Todd McLellan's talked about all season long with this team, but especially in the playoffs, they weathered a storm. After the 2-0 goal, Edmonton really started to push, but then they settled back in, and LA started to find their chances again. And that's the patient game they play, especially in the neutral zone, looking for turnovers. To make it 2-1, it's a game. That third goal by McLeod gives Edmonton a little bit more of a buffer to work with in this third period.
Connor McDavid. He has the puck on his stick. Now Evander Kane helping out. Cody Ceci moves up to keep it alive for Edmonton. Alex Edler got in between. Now it's Puljujarvi from the point. Tees one up. And he just missed. Puck over the glass, play called.
Yeah, that puck was up on edge when Puljujarvi let it go. A little bit of a knuckler. It kind of hits the boards right where the glass joins and deflects up over top of the glass. You can see it wobbling, but he has the shot mentality, gets it by. And Evander Kane again planting himself in front of Jonathan Quick, looking for that redirection, similar to the McLeod goal, a little higher in the slot. I think Kane's had a real good presence in front of the net the first 2 games so far. Just really trying to get in the eyes of a goaltender that if he sees the puck, typically he's going to stop it.
Now it's Trevor Moore on the move. He's all alone, though. The Oilers able to get the puck from him. Draisaitl tips it out. 2-on-1 developing potentially. Hyman has Bouchard going to the net. Hyman, it was a bullet of a shot, but it didn't hit the net.
The shot was the right choice, too, because Danault had come back and taken away that 2-on-1.
Yamamoto had the puck knocked off his stick. Anderson to Iafallo. Here he comes, backhand shot. Easy glove stop for Mike Smith, who hangs on.
It was Iafallo that rang the bar in the first period on that backhand, similar to that one there, but a nice little break here, work along the wall to chop this one out. Hyman just gets his feet moving. He's looking the whole time. He knows that Bouchard's coming as a defenseman, but the excellent backtrack of Philip Danault just takes it away, and for Zach Hyman just has that shooting mentality to get that shot to the net. Make the goalie make a save.
Lizotte tossed from the face-off circle. In comes Grundstrom. The Kings had it, but Spence was unable to hold the line. Olli Mata. D to D. Spence moves up. Lizotte had some room to carry it in, but he gave it away. Josh Archibald coming back the other way. Derek Ryan there, but Olli Mata and Spence take over for the Kings. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins heading off to the bench. Spence, backhand pass as he crossed the red line. Dustin Brown hit by Derek Ryan right in front of the Oilers bench. Ryan's gonna head off. Lizotte hanging around at the blue line. Puck knocked down by Smith, and there's a quick pass as he clears the zone all by himself.
A little too far for the icing.
Simu Liu hosts the Juno Awards with musical performances by Arcade Fire, Arkells, Baby No Money, Deborah Cox, and many more. Plus, a special appearance by Chris Bosch. Live Sunday, May 15th on CBC and CBC Gem.
Smith was a little bit too much on that one to put it down the ice after this wrist shot. He corrals it, puts it up over top down for the icing. The face-off will come to his right-hand side, but obviously not afraid to play the puck, and that's exactly what we thought going into this game. Kelly Rudy talked about it. This is what he's done his whole career. He botches that one in game 1, but he's going to go right back to doing what he does best in the National Hockey League, and that's being a third defenseman back there, essentially.
Fogle was moving in, but Matt Roy got his stick in the way, and the puck into the mesh.
Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favorite sportsbook.
Still early in the third period. Offensive zone face-off for Edmonton. Ryan McLeod and Byfield in the circle. Cassian in the corner, battling against Matt Roy. Fogle prevented from moving by Edler, and the Kings are able to bring the puck out of their own end. Fogle, he took it from the Kings, and now both teams looking to make some changes. Duncan Keith is going to wait. 137th playoff game for him. Pass up the middle to Kane, who's got a chance, and he scores! 4-zip for the Edmonton Oilers. A fortuitous bounce for Evander Kane.
Well, it all started with good patience, and the LA Kings still want to clock things up in the neutral zone. Duncan Keith just kind of sits back there, a little D-to-D passing back and forth, and just waits for the change. Now, he looks for the stretch pass. It doesn't connect, but the speed of Evander Kane, he gets a stick on it. It's a hard pass. So he deflects it, a little backhand pop, and then Durzi trying to knock it out of the air, I believe, might put this in his own net. Or was it Kane on the follow through? Yeah, it's Durzi right there. And that puck just bobbles its way past Jonathan Quick. Evander Kane says thank you very much, but he was the one with the speed into the zone, and the patience of Duncan Keith to wait, allow that change to come. The speed of Kane prevails in that one, 4-0 Edmonton.
So the Oilers with 2 even strength goals, a power play goal, and a shorthanded goal. Our statistician tonight, Terry Bach, letting us know the last time the Oilers had a combination of 3 types of goals, power play, shorthanded, even strength. It was way back, Game 5, 2006. Puljujarvi shoots, scores!
Coming in waves now for Edmonton. That look says it all in Jonathan Quick's face. Great little poke check there. This puck gets away from LA. Transitional play. Kane to McDavid. Walks in. And yes, a Puljujarvi buries that one. Beautiful pass by McDavid. Doesn't even look at Puljujarvi the whole way to the net. He just beats him over the glove hand side. Quick knows he probably could have had that one. He's made better saves in the series, no question about that, but Edmonton getting the bounces, getting the breaks, and 2 goals in very short order make this a 5-0 game in this 3rd period. Couldn't get that one by Jonathan Quick. Sequences in the first game, sorry, Singer, but tonight they're finding ways to put the puck in the back of the net.
And just listen to this crowd, showing their appreciation of the Oilers' performance tonight, up by 5. They're still announcing Kane's goal. Now Duncan Keith has it. Bouchard decides to head straight up north, and he lifts this puck deep into the Kings zone. The crowd erupts for the Puljujarvi goal. Athanasiou is waiting for that stretch pass. Didn't pan out, and now it's Archibald falling in the neutral zone. Lazat on the attack. A pass that's astray. Archibald back the other way, crossing the blue line. Puck is swallowed up by Jonathan Quick.
The great taste of Johnsonville pairs perfectly with any moment. Like scrambling to make it to their practice on time.
Well, Todd McClellan was asked about momentum and if you could carry it forward from one game to the next, and he said he believes you have to reestablish momentum in each game. And the Oilers, they really haven't looked back after scoring the first goal in the 2nd period off the stick of Draisaitl on the power play.
I agree with him, especially in the playoffs, as you reset.
There's a shot from far out. Traffic in front of Smith. The Kings trying to get some pucks on net. Zach Kassian now.
And one of the other things Todd McClellan talked about is Kassian and Brendan Lemieux trying to get him to drop the gloves, just trying to do his job and try and spur something for his team right now, down 5-0. But Todd McClellan talked about the fact you're playing the same team. So you reset, you adjust, you look at things you did well, you look at things you didn't do well, you go out there and try and be better in the next game, and that's why you have to reestablish that game once again, because you know the other team's doing the exact same thing. And that's why it's a series of Kassian and Lemieux still having that conversation. There's been a lot of that between the 2 benches, and you know, I honestly didn't think there was going to be that much of it. I thought it was going to be business on the ice and play, but this has been a chippy series. Kevin Bieksa picked it out right away. There's just a little extra going on in this game, and there has been all night long, and that has carried over from game number 1.
It's been the narrative also for Todd McClellan and the LA Kings to try to play that inexperienced underdog role. And Adrian Kempe even talked about it with the media. He said, we felt like the underdog, but after game 1, he said, we know we can play. We know we can beat them, but the Oilers answering back tremendously here tonight.
And you see it so often in the playoffs, a bad loss, and then the other team comes back and they just ratchet up their game. And similar in this one, Edmonton loses a tough one in game 1. It's 5-0 in the 3rd period. It's not over by any means, but it's been a better performance by them throughout this game.
Definitely saw that in the Toronto-Tampa Bay series. That one's evened up. Now it's Evan Bouchard in his own end to an open McDavid, who has a look. Cross ice to Bouchard. And now it's Evan Bouchard surveying the situation. The Oilers content to just hang on to the puck, and now they start the breakout. Bouchard from the red line fires it into the LA zone. Matt Roy there. Alex Edler tried to flip the puck out. Yamamoto got his glove on it, and thus we have a whistle on the play. So the Oilers adding to their lead here in the third period. It's Evander Kane with his first of the playoffs, and Puljujarvi with his first as well.
Well, the Kings win in Game 1 was even more impressive when you consider the limited experience, in fact none, that much of their roster had. 8 Kings playing their first ever postseason games on Monday, including 4 of their 6 defensemen. You can't get experience without playing it, and the Kings playoff rookies are getting it tonight, a whole different kind than what they got on Monday night, coming back to earth after a charmed start to the series. Hunter, right?
And Scott, to add to that, the Kings just 6 players on the team when they last made the playoffs in 2018. Looks like the Kings were looking for a big check there.
Archibald literally jumped out of the way of that hit attempt by Roy.
And now it's Tyson Barrie. Risks the puck in the Kings zone. Brown over to Roy. Here's Alex Edler. Ahead for Athanasiou. Puck stopped by Barrie. Ryan tried to move it forward, and now Matt Roy has some time. Dustin Brown off his stick. Blake Lizotte knocked it down. Neutral zone pass. Didn't get to anybody, and now Sean Durzi has it for LA.
Well, you heard Kevin talk about the accumulation of hits, too, with Cassian, Archibald injecting the lineup, who's done a lot of work in, I think, just around 5 or 6 minutes of ice time in this game, has 5 or 6 hits. And that just starts to really pile up in a series like this. And you talk that game-to-game momentum and trying to continue to do the same things. The punishing hits for me certainly do take a toll. And especially against a young defense corps.
Louis, the hit total 42-38 in favor of the Oilers. Whistle on the play, an icing call, and it's Commissioner Gary Bettman enjoying the game here at Rogers Place in Edmonton tonight.
Keeping a watchful eye.
And if you think about it, it's probably been a while because of the border restrictions and things, maybe since the bubble days when the NHL brass was even able to come up here. Duncan Keith getting the puck out of the zone. No icing here, and Olli Mata moving up. Enters the neutral zone. There's Puljujarvi who got his stick in the way. Kopitar on the boards. Grundstrom takes over from him. Grundstrom centering pass off the post. Adrian Kempe coming so close. Now it's McDavid. Kane looking to lay the body. And now Kane behind the net. Pushed away by Spence. Puljujarvi. Kopitar just took the puck from him. Grundstrom to Kempe. Puck flipped into the Oilers zone. The Kings making a change, as are the Oilers.
Yeah, Carl Grundstrom getting a chance on the top line with Kopitar and Kempe. Makes a real nice play to hold on to that puck and finds Kempe in the slot. A little shuffling by Todd McClellan here in the third period.
Puck available for Roy. Long range pass. Iafallo had it for a moment. Now Trevor Moore tried to quickly gain the zone. Was unable to do so. The Kings offside.
Kempe hits the post on this last little sequence. Gets himself to a good spot. Nice play here. Grundstrom picks up this puck, takes a look, knows he's there. And it's a real hard pass onto the tape of Kempe. He just has to He's firm on the stick, redirected far side. He looks up, he's watching that. That head shake right there says it all of how the night's gone for the Los Angeles Kings. Rings the bar again. There was a post in the first period. Iafallo on the backhand side. The shot by Kopitar got through Mike Smith in the first period as well. Sat in that blue paint. They've had some chances. They've had some looks. Haven't been able to get one by Mike Smith to go into the net yet.
Puck tipped ahead by Archibald. Nugent Hopkins after it. Lazat takes the pass, skates up ice. Has a look. Athanasiou shoots, blocked by Kulak. Nugent Hopkins corrals the puck. Flips it out of the zone. Taken over by Archibald. Shoots! And he fired it wide on the far side. Duncan Keith hanging on to it. Waiting for his teammates to complete the change as we approach the midway mark of the third period. The Oilers content to just play keep away right here, but they gave it away right now to Durzi. It's off of the referee's arm, and Mike Smith lost his stick as the puck was redirected. Here's a shot by Kaliyev as the whistle was going.
Jake Brink took that one pretty hard from Durzi. He's just trying to put that puck into the zone, but it catches him. Mike Smith was down here, and Kaliyev with a ripper. He can really shoot it. Here's the one that goes off the referee. Boom. Takes that one, and he had to get back to the net in a hurry.
Worked as well for the Kings this evening. 5 different goal scorers for the Oilers tonight. McDavid's not one of them, but he did set up Darnell Nurse and Jesse Puljujärvi. 15 minutes of ice time for McDavid tonight and 4 hits, so he has been his usual force in this game. One of the reasons the Oilers are poised to tie the series at 1. Hunter Ryan.
Current 6-game point streak. He's adding to that tonight. As you mentioned, Scott, the 2 assists. The Oilers clearing the puck out of their own end, but now it's in their bench. You think this game is action-packed? Well, you should see what's streaming on CBC Gem, from sports to sci-fi and everything in between. Find your gem on CBC Gem.
It's been a change in McDavid's game too this year, that elevation of the physicality, and he's always kind of had that bite, never been afraid to stick up for himself, give you the stinky shoulder when you're trying to hit him, but he's been looking for hits on a more regular basis, and you know, I honestly think that's just him wanting to do his part with the physical part of the play. He has so much respect for the other players in the team that play that hard physical game, and he knows it makes himself tougher to play against too, so elevating that with 4 hits tonight, as you heard Scott talk about. A couple big ones too. Because of that speed, he gets on you in a hurry and make you pay.
Here's Foegele's taken down by Byfield. The referee's hand is up. Holding call here against Byfield of the Kings.
Yeah, heavy work down low by Warren Foegele. Just for Edmonton right now, trying to kill the clock. Eat things down low, cycle it, look for your chances that way. Be patient in the neutral zone, and Big Byfield just kind of holds on to him, takes him down to the ice. And Edmonton will go back on the power play down, up 5-0. Starting their second unit here.
Lou, you mentioned that extra physical element now that we see in McDavid's game. We've seen that from some other superstars too. You could also say Nathan MacKinnon, there's more of a feistiness with him.
Especially this year, you know, the fighting, you know, dropping the gloves, the physicality, and I just think, you know what, when you're one of the top players in the league, you take a lot. You take a lot throughout the course of the season, and after a while you say, okay, it's time for me to dish a little out too and gain myself a little bit of room.
Off the draw, the Kings have possession. They clear it. It was a pass to Moore. He couldn't keep control, and now Ryan McLeod. Jay Woodcroft allowing his second power play unit to get some time. Pass from Edler to Lazat. Shorthanded opportunity for LA. Lazat looked to drop it back. McLeod back on the attack. The Oilers power play. It's Yamamoto. Brings it around the boards. Taken by Kane. Vander Kane reverses. Bouchard at the blue line. Over to Kane. into Bouchard. Rink wide. Duncan Keith moves up, slap pass off the stick of McLeod. Now Kane. Back up top. Bouchard looks, shoots. Hit something and went wide. Kane got his stick in the way right at the right time. Gets it back from Bouchard. Kane shoots, scores. Top corner. 6-0. Second of the game for Evander Kane.
Yeah, what a laser. This is a great shot by Evander Kane. Kelly Rudy talked about they're trying to go high on Jonathan Quick all the time. He's so good down low on the ice. The movement, the flexibility, the power. But for Evander Kane, when he gets this puck, there's no even hesitation. Quick is down very fast. And he just buries us up over top of the glove hand side. Uses the screen right through the legs of Alexander Edler. That's a tough one to pick up en route. 6-0 Edmonton.
2 goals and an assist for Evander Kane in this period. And now it's Darnell Nurse to Fogle. Racing in, Spence in front of him. Gordon Spence, a pass to Kempe off his stick. Nurse sends it right back into the LA zone. Spence to Kempe. 7:30 to go here in the third period. Puck knocked down by McDavid. He left it there for his teammates. Ollie Mata. He settles it down, waiting patiently. Now Mata ahead for Philip Deneau. Deneau flipped the puck to the net. Smith and Foul, who was falling into him. Tyson Barry protecting the puck nicely, but there was stolen by the Kings. Foul stopped by Mike Smith in tight. Yamamoto trying to force the puck out of the zone. And now it's Barry who's waiting. Barry pass to his defensive partner, Brett Kulak. Back to Barry. The Kings with 4 players in the neutral zone. Iafallo in front of everyone. Barry and Kulak just passing to one another. Now Kulak.
That's that patience. That's that patience again, waiting to go through the neutral zone.
Here's Archibald now from the corner. Back to the point, but it's out of the zone. Bouchard sends it back in. Anderson to Dursey. Dursey's pass to Brown. He couldn't corral the puck. Derek Ryan hoists the puck deep. Archibald speeding in. Derek Ryan centering pass. Recovered by Lazat. The pass is to Dustin Brown. His pass was initially blocked by Duncan Keith. Alex Edler. Weak shot, and now that shot. As Mike Smith flashes the leather. Great bounce back effort by Smith, and of course Connor McDavid with some thunderous checks tonight. For tonight here in Game 2, it's a completely different story, Louis, as the Oilers are off to a 6-0 lead, 3-goal second period, 3-goal third period so far.
Yeah, they've really turned on the heat and kind of had the Los Angeles Kings on tilt a little bit here, especially in the last 2 periods. The first period pretty even. It was a back and forth affair, 0-0 game going into the second, but they haven't looked back after that second period for Edmonton. Put the pedal to the metal, and they're continuing to do that right to the end of this game.
They sure are. Here's Fogle flipping the puck. Quick up to the task on that one. Play whistle down.
Well, Evander Kane having a night tonight. Couple of goals for him and an assist. And, you know, you knew it was only a matter of time before he got on the board. Just a terrific end of the season. Since being signed by the Edmonton Oilers, he's come on board, has played mostly with Connor McDavid, a little bit with Leon Draisaitl, but he's found that scoring touch, the confidence, the hands, and a couple big goals in this one, Game 2.
20-plus goals in 7 straight regular seasons for Evander Kane. And now the puck all the way down the ice for an icing call. Celebrate Asian Heritage Month with CBC. Follow at CBC and hashtag Proudly Asian Canadian Stories. Face off in the Edmonton zone. 5:28 to go in this one, in game 2, as this series will head to Los Angeles for games 3 and 4. And now we know for sure we'll be back here in Edmonton for game 5. Quinton Byfield, rink wide. Spence couldn't hold on to it, and now McDavid with a burst of speed, and that pass to Cassian. He couldn't put it home. Tyson Barrie over to Kulak. Kulak. Pass off the stick of Puljujarvi, tipped into the Kings zone. Quick pass from Jersey to Kopitar. Kopitar to the right, and it's Grundstrom. Who, as you mentioned, Louis, getting an audition, it looks like, on this top line. Athanasiou was there in game 1 and to start this game 2. David to Nurse. Now it's Evander Kane crossing the blue line. I have to think the Oilers might be looking to get the puck to Kane, who has 2 so far here tonight. Kopitar sent the puck towards the net. Grundstrom, he's on it, knocked off his stick. And Quick, who had gone to the bench, as we have a penalty pending.
It's going to be yes, a Puljujarvi hooking is the call. Quick was there pretty quick to that bench to try and get the extra attacker on. I think Puljujarvi just watched the penalty on the big screen and was like, are you kidding me? But here it is here, the one-handed can opener. And into the hands. No question it's into the palm of Anze Kopitar. Wasn't much, but it was there.
Shot from Callion, stopped by Smith. Now it's in the corner. They dig away. Came up to Athanasiou, trying to deke out Smith. But he was with him all the way. Athanasiou shot off of Nurse. Now Athanasiou to the other side. Moore to Callion. Spence. Athanasiou tees one up. Nurse blocked back. Callion. Down low, Trevor Moore on his way to the net. Bounced away. The Oilers trying to glove it down. Derek Ryan. He came up with it. And he's going to send the puck down the ice.
And Archibald was right behind him and looked at him afterwards saying it's a 2-on-1. But you know what? You're up 6-0 trying to kill a penalty. Don't overextend yourself. And just puts it in deep.
Here comes Kempe. Through a few Oilers, and that was a blocker save. The right arm from Mike Smith. The Oilers clear the zone.
And that quick release again from Adrian Kempe. Gets it away. So fast on the move. Backhand to forehand, and it's off.
25-year-old Adrian Kempe. Louis, you were telling me last game that Kempe used to pass off, and now he's electing to shoot more.
Yeah, really committed to shooting the puck more this season, and talked about being on the top line all year. 18-20 minutes all season long, consistently with the same line mates, and it's paid off with a career high in goals and points for Adrian Kempe.
Talked to the media today about being on that top line pretty much the entire season. How much that's helped him. Here's Barrie, who sends the puck into the Kings zone. Under 10 seconds to go in the Puljujarvi minor. Anze Kopitar just flips the puck into the Oilers zone. Mike Smith puts his hand up.
Icing.
Play called for icing, but after that, we got some extracurricular activities.
Yeah, Brendan Lemieux just trying to finish this one off, and a little bit of a grind as he's giving guys shots. For Kopitar, I think he thought Lemieux was going to win that race into the offensive zone, so he just kind of flipped it into the corner, and then everybody converged in, but cooler heads prevail. A couple of great shot blocks by Darnell Nurse in the penalty kill, which has been perfect in this playoff series so far. That blast right there by Athanasiou off the shin pad, perfect positioning. He took one off the skate earlier from Athanasiou, and it stung him. But here's great defense at the last second. That would have been a great opportunity for Iafallo. Archibald right on the spot to lift the stick, and then Tyson Barrie comes in and clears it out of harm's way. Archibald's played real well. Sat 12 games in a row, played the last game of the season versus the Vancouver Canucks. And his first playoff game of the season as Brent Lemieux's going to go to the box for roughing. One of them. I mean, a couple of guys came in there and he just started throwing shots. And I don't blame him. Down 6-0, 2:14 on the clock. A little frustration boiling over there.
That's part of his role in the lineup to provide some sandpaper.
Absolutely.
So 2 minutes to go now here in the third period of game 2. Ryan McLeod couldn't take the puck. It's sent down the ice by Grundstrom. Mike Smith leaving it there for Darnell Nurse. Blocked a few shots off the hand in game 1 and 2. We were just showing you some of his blocks in this game. There's a centering pass. The Oilers couldn't connect there. Athanasiou forcing the puck out of the zone. Anderson over to Jersey. Jersey. Slapper and hit. Nugent Hopkins. The Kings still have it. Now it's Quinton Byfield crossing the blue line. Still has the puck. Byfield forced to the outside. Oilers looking to regain possession as the Oilers fans starting to get on their feet here at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Darnell Nurse has it right now as the Oilers are just going to look to ride this one out here, up 6-0 in the last minute of play. Kane out there, the puck bouncing. Anderson fires it all the way down the ice. Score 6-0. The Oilers snap a team 7-game playoff losing streak and even up the series at 1 apiece.
Yeah, great response by the Edmonton Oilers. Down 1-0 in the series, lose the first one. They come out tonight. A hard-fought first period. It was even battle between two teams. But then they take it over in the second and third period to win this one 6-0. Mike Smith with a big win for him and his team to go into Los Angeles. This series tied.
Mike Smith with his first playoff victory as a member of the Oilers, snapping a personal 10-game playoff losing streak. Louis, the Oilers and Mike Smith, they needed this one badly.
Yeah, just to get off that schneid, no question about it. It's been a lot of discussion, a lot of talk about it for Mike Smith, especially at that little turnover in the third period. You know, I thought he made a huge save on it, but it did result in the game-winning goal eventually. But he closed the door tonight, made the saves when he needed to, and that celebration, you could tell that one means a lot for him, for his team, and they have evened the series in a dominating way.
Shutout performance for Mike Smith, a dominant performance for the Edmonton Oilers. Final score 6-0. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for Ron McLean and the panel after the break as the Stanley Cup playoffs continue on Hockey Night in Canada.